everybody, and welcome to the Halloween episode of Misery Loves Mandy. This week we have Matt Catanzano back for his second time, telling us all of his Halloween crazy stories. I think he loves Halloween more than anyone I know, and it's pretty awesome. I hope you enjoy this episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, Matt's Patreon story. I mean, I always am like, just say whatever you want if you have anything. And people are blowing me away with these stories. And I just appreciate the fact that they even say them out loud. Because a lot of them are just things that we suppress and hope die with us. So I'm glad he shared that. Well, enjoy the episode, and thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween.
First time putting on headphones, excuse me.
Okay.
I've never used headphones before. Look at this.
All right.
Yes, okay.
Bring it in closer.
Yeah, I mean, I project.
Okay.
But okay.
You know you better than I know you.
Maybe.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. This is unbelievable.
Thank you.
My costume is as good as your setup. Like I feel like my costume is at the level. Your costume is the level of your old setup.
It is totally. It'll do.
Yeah, and mine, I've brought in so many things to be like the level of professionalism that I'm experiencing right now. These lights deserve all the shit that I brought.
He has a all-out professional Ghostbusters costume.
Yeah. Slowly over the years, I've been accumulating piece by piece to finally build the one of like my childhood dreams.
Do you have everything?
Pretty close. Like some of the stuff I have is only, it looks amazing, but it's just like what Spirit Halloween. Like enough people like me, sad adults. I think we're constantly like, all the Ghostbusters stuff like isn't very good. And then like one year they were like, I mean, fine. Do you want like, I don't know, Ray's night vision goggles? And everybody was like, yeah. And can they light up? And you're like, yeah, well, they're not going to have night vision, but they'll light up. You're like, all right, cool. Let me know what type of battery I need. But like, yeah, so now I have like walkie-talkie. So there's stuff that I would have never thought that I would have. Like
now you have it.
But now I have it. So, I mean, I'm living the dream. Because when I was little, the Ghostbusters costume was like a pajama. It's what you're wearing right now. Actually, no, that's a comfortable version of it. It would be like a t-shirt, but had like, you know, the actual proton pack like just drawn on the back.
Yeah, mine has the proton pack drawn on the back.
Wow, I didn't even mean to. Here we are. Here we are.
If you're just listening to the audio version, first, you're fucking up. But second, I'm wearing like a onesie, comfy Ghostbusters outfit.
Yes.
And he has done it right.
I asked, are we dressing up? And you said, yes, of course. And last year, you went all out in a costume. It is a little bit of a bummer to show up with all this stuff and find you in a onesie.
If you think about it, you're also wearing a onesie with more props.
Okay.
And I still have more makeup on than you.
Yeah, you wish. Those of you just listening, I am riddled in makeup right now. That's why I was late today because I was just putting my face on, dude.
Well, oh wait, I haven't had a sip of my pumpkin spice. Last year we had, so much has changed since last year.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. We'll get into that. But first is, instead of cheers.
Cheers.
Pumpkin spice. We're taking in October. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is an ASMR podcast now.
Yeah, it is.
And now listen to me drink a little bit of this Starbucks pumpkin.
Oh, my God.
That first sip feeling.
That's why I waited for you.
Wow.
Nothing is like the first sip.
Yeah. I think that truly is actually a logo. It is. It says that first sip feeling on there. I didn't make that
Does
up.
it?
Yeah.
Where does it say
It
that?
says it on the cup.
Nothing is like the first sip?
No, it says that first sip feeling.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But you should pitch nothing's like the first sip and see if they like that more.
I mean, that's way more natural. That's like when you're giving this acting script and they're like, say how you'd say it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that first sip feeling is not a thing. It's a thing I say now because it was written on this cup. But I don't recommend it for like everybody.
At first, you go to a bar with your dudes having some beers and you're like...
I had to point it out because I realized that you just thought I said that. And I couldn't do the rest of this knowing that you were like, man, Catanzano showed up with a lot of props, covered in makeup, took one sip of a coffee I got him and then said, that first sip feeling. And I felt, like I was in danger.
I'm very glad you explained yourself.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Whoops.
Oh, man. I am bummed I'm not in last year's costume.
Last year's costume was so good.
I was drunk white girl at a bar.
Yes.
If anyone wants to watch last year's episode, I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, please do.
Mhm.
That's a fun one.
Mhm.
It's like the middle of the night.
Yeah.
when we're recording. You can
Drinking
tell.
really strong
Yeah.
shipyards.
Oh my God. One of the nicest things somebody could ever do for me. I had been like looking for that particular beer. Couldn't find it out
it's
here.
hard to find.
And you had found it, and like when I arrived, you're like, "Hey, I got you shipyards." And I was like, "Wow, what a dream for me!"
It is more of an East Coast beer.
Yeah, and then I come here today, and there's a pumpkin coffee waiting for me.
I figured since we can't do the shipyard, it's too early to drink.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it is Sunday.
Yeah.
We could really drink
Yeah.
anytime.
there's people watching sports and stuff. I assume, so they're drinking, right?
Man, I should have just gotten the shipyards, but this is hitting good.
Yeah, no, this feels right. Oh,
Oh yeah, trying to get that Starbucks sponsorship by just making like really weird noises.
yeah, I'm constantly walking around the Starbucks Reserve on Hillhurst.
Oh, I love that one.
I'm always at that one.
Oh,
and I'm always like talking. I'm just like somebody here.
that first
sip feeling. Does anyone work in corporate? I don't know if you heard me, but I just said that first sip feeling, and I really meant it.
I just went to the Starbucks Reserve in Chicago. Have you heard about that?
No,
Me neither.
Their reserve is different than our reserve.
Their reserve is 3 or 4 levels.
Oh,
A long line out the door.
Okay.
The top level, it's like the Disneyland of Starbucks.
Yeah.
The top level is all espresso martinis and coffee cocktails.
Oh.
And then the lower you go, like from top to bottom, is the more basic it gets. Then it's like fancy coffees. Then the other floor is regular coffees, which is not regular for them.
Yeah.
And then the bottom is just like a mall, like Starbucks merch.
Wow. Dante's Circles of Hell.
It is. It was
but
a
in
lot.
a Starbucks. They're alcoholic on the top floor?
Yeah, espresso martinis and stuff.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
I wanted to get one, but I wasn't feeling that well, so I didn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would like that to be a local. I found out that the reserve that I normally go to isn't a reserve anymore. It had been downgraded.
The one on Hillhurst?
Yeah.
I mean,
I said something like, "Well, I love coming to the reserve," and the guy was very like, he gave me a little too much information, and he was like, "This isn't a reserve anymore," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you mean." The building's still here. There's an R on the door. I never knew what that meant to begin with, so I'm like not sure what happened here. But he was like, "No, it's we would have different coffees, and like we don't have those anymore, and like it's now just a Starbucks." And I was like, "All right, well."
Was he still wearing the hat? At Starbucks Reserves, all the workers wear hats, like really like fedoras and shit like that.
Oh, I guess he wasn't. Was that the first thing they take away?
He's like, not my hat.
They can't. Actually, I don't know. I guess I do see a fedora or two in there, but I
There's
thought that
a lot.
I man, the worst part about living in LA, coming from the East Coast, is that eventually you stop noticing fedoras.
It's a crime.
Yeah, for like a couple of years I was here, and anytime I'd see somebody in a fedora, I'd be like, "This fucking guy in a fedora? Are you kidding me right now?" And now I'm trying to remember if somebody I see almost every day was wearing a fedora. Now that's just clothing.
Yeah, now you don't see fedoras.
Said the guy in Ghostbusters sneakers.
I saw those. You didn't have those last year.
No, I think those are a new addition too.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're awesome.
They're
not in frame. How do you get them? Maybe, yeah. Woo! Look at those babies.
I just pulled my hamstring so hard. I live here now. Is that cool?
Of course. Those are really cool. They're legit Reeboks.
Yeah,
Those could not have been cheap.
They were a gift.
Oh, that's good.
So fortunately.
That's great. That's a really good gift.
Yeah, it's such a good gift. And I've already lost. There's like little wires.
You lost some?
They fell off, I guess.
Oh, man.
But like, I don't know. Reebok did a better job. Why do those come off?
Reebok should be the highest of the quality.
Yeah. Well, I got them. Actually, I got them right after we did the podcast last year because I did wear them out on Halloween. And that's certainly where I lost.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. When you go out on these streets.
Yeah, like what was I?
Yeah.
Like these, I didn't realize that people buy sneakers and then they like keep them in the box.
Yeah, that's
like a thing.
But who has the storage?
Yeah, well, I don't have the I'm like, that has to be on my feet.
Yeah. The only place.
I gotta wear these suckers. Like, what are you talking about?
I feel you, but those are great.
Yeah.
You're set, man.
They're so comfy. I know. It feels so good. It's late in the season, so I'm excited to be finally in a costume.
I know this is the first thing I've put on.
Hanging out.
This is my first fallness.
Oh, first fallness. And then a quick sip of the old.
I'm going to chug this thing and then piss myself.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh.
2 idiots in one pieces just pissing themselves while recording.
It's fun.
Was that a multicam? Yeah, I wanted to get it from all angles.
Yeah, don't miss the wet crotch.
Oh.
I think like LA in general is the only city where more adults dress up than kids.
Oh yeah. Well, there aren't any children here.
Well, that takes out a giant percentage.
That's certainly why, right? Have you ever seen a child here?
When I do, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I guess I've seen them in like commercial auditions, but those aren't real kids, I don't think.
No, those are reincarnated adults.
Yeah.
Those are not kids.
Yeah, those are people who have had a surgery. They're like, I'm here for the Cheerios ad. And you're like, that's an adult man. I know that's an adult man.
All right, then let's reword it. I think LA.
No, you're right. Your thing is a fact. I'm just saying that it might be that I've never seen a child here. They're all gone.
They are gone.
Yeah. There's somebody who you can have a child here, live here.
You just did.
I just did. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I was just looking in the void and thinking about that. Like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I was going to ask about the baby.
I have a baby in Hollywood. What am I doing?
I mean, the jokes you'll get out of that.
That's true, too. I got her first Halloween costume.
Oh my gosh.
And you better believe it, listeners.
I have no clue what it is.
It's a little Ghostbusters costume with their own little inflatable proton pack. I'm so excited. I was going to get her a Slimer, and then I was going to get her a little Stay Puft, and then I was like, you know what? What if you were in a little jumpsuit with me?
Oh, yeah.
And we were both Ghostbusters. What a dream.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so she's a little proton pack. I haven't tried it, put it on her yet, but I'm very excited to it. Actually, it might be today. Today might be the dry run since I'm coming home like this.
How old is she now?
She is 10 months.
Oh my God. It's almost been a year?
Almost been a year. I almost have a year-old baby, which is insane. But 9 months, 9 in the 10-month range, that is the best age.
Really? Why?
It's like a delight. Because she's like a cartoon baby.
Mm.
But she can't do anything that makes it like too difficult. Like she can't go anywhere. She's not like mobile. She can just like sit up and she like claps and laughs and hangs out.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then like everything she says is like gibberish for the most part. But like the occasional like dada gets like sprung in there. And I'm like,
yeah.
ooh. Right now she says wow all the time. And she sounds like a little Owen Wilson. Like it comes.
Oh my God.
She'll just be like looking at a book and you just hear her going, wow. And you're like, you're like, Owen Wilson has a little baby?
That's pretty cute.
That's adorable.
Another Halloween costume idea.
I know. All of Owen Wilson's roles.
Yeah. One for every day of the month. Well, we're running a little late for the rest of the month.
For the rest of the month. Actually, that's totally doable.
I think there's enough.
Yeah, there's enough Wes Anderson stuff.
Yeah.
To just
That
Wearing some bright
alone.
colors. Yeah.
All the centered photos.
What a great idea. When I was putting this, I like put on my proton pack to leave the house, and Ruby, because my baby's name is Ruby, and all I've been buying her is ghost and like horror related things. So she has like a million like onesies that are, horror movie. But she's in a little like ghost top right now with like ghosts on it. And I was like putting on the proton pack, and I was like, uh-oh. I'm gonna have to bust that shirt. You got ghosts on you. And I turned on the proton pack, and it's like loud and insane. And she just started clapping. She just like was like, and I was like, oh my God, you're not scared. You're definitely my child.
Yeah.
What a dream.
You've trained her.
Yeah. She's gonna rebel so hard at some point, but
I don't know. Well, you have, I think, until they're about 5 to like do matching costumes, right? Maybe 4.
I
Do
was
like
thinking,
family
15,
costumes.
16, right?
I mean, I guess
It's it
depends on the kid.
Yeah. Well, it comes back like there's a span of time where you can't anymore. They won't allow you, but
Yeah,
then it's cool. Then it'll be fun again.
Yeah,
I think.
but I don't know about matching costumes.
I suppose that's probably true. Oh, me and my dad. My dad's really serious about this. Everything I do is no longer cute or fun because a dad doing it, you're like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
You bought a proton pack for like a movie replica proton pack? Don't you have a kid? I'm like, I did it before.
Yeah.
I had already put down the money.
There's like no diapers.
Yeah, I'd already.
Babe, we don't have the money for diapers.
I wasn't thinking about college. I assume this stuff will pay for itself at some point. This will really pay off. I'm already on a podcast. That's pretty good.
I mean, how
like
much bigger
living.
does it get than this?
Yeah, I'm already.
We're doing it.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that coffee. We're in the black right now, making money.
Oh, well, that's what I was saying. Is like LA is we just spend money. Like everyone spends probably like the people who go out in the West Hollywood for Halloween. You spend like $1,000 on a costume.
Yeah.
They go all out.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Every year, a whole new thing. At least you're like every year adding on to your favorite costume.
That's true.
These people, they go and spend money. Money.
I do that, but I spend it on all of the haunted things.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to remember, which I'm happy I didn't. So we have to get into all the stories you have because I know you have a million. Because when we finished last year, there was one that you wanted to tell me. If you can think of it, just so everyone's come to your mind. But And I was like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me that one? And I don't remember what it was. And I said, don't tell me all of it because we have to do it next year.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Do you remember what it was?
But the one I told was like being molested in a haunted house, right? Not molested in a haunted. Don't listen.
It was
pain. I paid for it to happen.
Yes. So that doesn't count, right?
No. Yeah. It's different. Yeah.
He was warned, but he wasn't warned as how.
I signed the waiver. They said, are you sure?
Yes.
And I said, do it. To be fair, I thought I was going to get like locked in a coffin or like Dracula was going to like pretend to attack me or something. I didn't expect it to be mostly like Ryan Murphy style horror stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like, and now dildo dick comes out of the closet and gets you and you're like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Why is that? That's not I was looking for Frankenstein.
It's a long story. You guys have to go to last year.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, what Halloween stuff do you have for me this year?
Man, I've been doing it all. I've been to Knott's twice, Not Scary Farm. I think maybe my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I love Halloween Horror Nights, but Halloween Horror Nights is it's not as scary. Knott's is scary because it's like it feels like it's just teenagers working there.
Oh.
It doesn't feel like there's as many rules.
Yeah.
Even the parking, and like this is really disorganized in a way that makes me like a little fearful to then go into any of the haunted houses they have because I don't know that they have the regulations that Universal has.
I wouldn't think so.
And it does have that feel. Plus, Halloween Horror Nights is like all IP, so it's like there's something cool about walking through a movie set, but it's also not quite as scary to like walk through Stranger Things because I'm just like, Beck, no, leave me alone.
I stopped watching it. I couldn't keep watching it.
Yeah, it got bad.
I stopped after season 3.
Okay, yeah, there's only one more season after that.
Okay, I don't want to watch it.
They're waiting on season 5, and they're going to be 40 in it. They're going to be LA kids. It's gonna be
That's
tough.
so true.
It's gonna be pretty tough. No, I was trying to think of like some of the haunted house things. So one thing that I do, which is stupid, and I haven't done it in a little bit because of the pandemic and stuff, but I would always try to find year-round haunted houses places. And year-round haunted houses, it sounds great on paper. They just announced that there's gonna be one in Vegas,
Okay.
and I got so many messages from people. It's really nice to have a brand, you know?
I
Or
would
like,
rather have Halloween than when people go, hey, I pissed myself. I just thought of you.
yeah, I pissed myself, and I was bought a ticket to Florida. It made me think of you.
How
Oh,
you doing?
oh, thanks. That's nice. Yeah.
Halloween is better.
An announcement of a year-round haunted house. And I'm like, well, when are you going? And I was like, I don't even have this number saved. Who is this? How nice of them. But I hope it's good, because what I have found for year-round ones is that they're not great, mostly because they're way understaffed.
Oh.
Because there's only a handful of us, I think, that want to go through that. But one year I went to a year-round one, and the first thing that happens is you like walk in a room and a scary clown like popped out, and I was like, it's terrifying. Oh my God, they got me good. And then you like take a corner and there's nothing, and you just take another corner and there's nothing, and I was like, this is the most suspenseful haunted house I've ever been in. This is great. And then a witch popped out, and I was like, that's so scary. But then I like looked at the witch, and it was like a witch face, but a clown outfit.
It was the same person.
And you like take another corner, nothing. Like suspense is building again, because I'm just like, everything looks like there should be, like that looks like a doorway that somebody should pop out, but there's no one there. And then like eventually there was like a wolf man, but the wolf man had a clown base. And about the third or fourth costume that was just a mask on top of a clown, I was like, oh, there's one guy, and this poor idiot is like booking it from like one section of this place to get me like where they can again. And this is my fault, because I went to a year-round haunted house. What am I doing?
Oh my God. That's not the Vegas one. This is a different one.
This is a different one. The Vegas one is going to be new. It's like
Okay.
coming out.
That's so funny. Imagine being that guy.
I know. I took a first date to a haunted house one time. And I guess if you're listening and you don't know if that's a good idea or not, it's not.
What happened?
But to be fair, the problem is, you know when you text and you write like haha? I think I write haha after too many things.
I'm guilty of LOL after. I
Yeah.
use LOL as a period.
Yeah, I'm using haha. I have way too many ha-has, and I gotta be careful, because I was talking to this girl, and she sent me a text message, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to a haunted house, haha. And she was like, oh, I would go to that, haha. And I was like, you can come, haha. And this went on and on for a long time, until finally I was like, where should I meet you? I was living in New York, and it was like, meet me in Times Square. And she was like, okay, what's the place called? And I was like, it's called Times Scare. Ha ha.
Clever.
And she was like, okay, see you there. So then we were like in Times Square, and she's like texting me like, no, really, where are you? And I'm like, I'm outside of Times Scare, behind her house. She's like, what? So she finds me, and I'm like in front of this building, and she's like, what is this? And I was like, the haunted house. I got tickets. We're going to a
We talked about
We
this.
talked about this. And she's like, oh, I thought you were kidding. And I was like, why would I be kidding? And then here's where I end up being wrong and she ends up being right, is that I was so thrown. I was like, why did you think I was kidding? And she was like, oh, because it's June. And in that moment, it was like having an illness and not knowing. And then someone says something and it like unlocks something for your brain where you go like, oh, I'm crazy. Like, she's right. Why would she?
It's June.
It's June. And I was like, oh, so, and she was like, I didn't think it'd be open. I thought you were, and I was like, yeah, well, you're not wrong, but I do have tickets to this haunted house. And then we went in, and it wasn't the same one I was talking about, but it had the same feel. Like, there was a bar at the front that like maybe had somebody working, like the person was like gone, and like a kid that was just like, yeah, go through, and like went through, and there was like basically
No
nothing,
one.
yeah, nothing in it, and I'm like walking around like, ooh, spooky, this is fun. And this girl's like, am I gonna get killed? I can get murdered.
Oh my God.
And she was right. That's my fault. That's on me.
It's June is the funniest thing.
Yeah, it's June. The way she said it's June, like, will always be. It's like in my bones now. I have to like be careful when anything I'm trying to do now. I'm like, don't ever get anybody into that. I don't want anyone to feel that way. Like if I come here in a full Ghostbusters outfit and you were like, why? It's like, because you told me. Like, didn't we? Did we not have this conversation? Gotta watch that.
Oh man.
Got to watch that. Very scary stuff.
It happens. Did you guys ever go on any dates after that?
No, I never heard from that person ever again.
Really?
Yeah. Which is crazy because what a fun thing.
That is fun.
I know.
It's something different.
I know, something different. What do you want to do?
You didn't want to go to a haunted house in June?
You want to go to a haunted house in June? Called Times Scare inside of Times Square? Not for me, man.
They should totally make a Hallmark Halloween movie.
Oh, that's all I want.
And you could be the lead, and you can play the guy, because in every Hallmark movie, they have the one guy that the girl who's the lead is annoyed by or doesn't want to talk to, and that guy runs every single job in the town.
Yes.
And that would be you. You'd run every Halloween part.
Yes. My name is Justin.
Ooh, yeah, Justin's
and I never
good.
left town, but I run the local haunts.
And it's a year-round Halloween
Yeah, it's a
thing.
year-round Halloween thing that I do. She's coming home to Salem.
Yes. Yes.
She just lost her big job in the big city.
Mm-hmm.
She needs some time to reset at home.
Exactly.
And there I am, just a little scruff. Flannel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my outfits anyways. Give me one of these. Oh.
Her mom goes, I got a job for you to do while you're here.
Yeah.
It's my friend's son.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's me.
And she's like, Mom, I'm not doing that. And the mom's like, it'll be good. It'll get your mind off of things.
Yeah, she's supposed to stuff scarecrows for the corn maze.
Ooh, yes.
And then she's like doing it and she gets attacked by a crow.
And she dies.
Whoa, oh.
Oh, shit. Wrong movie. Wrong movie.
Oh, this pitch session. What an amazing, if it was like pitched as a Hallmark Halloween movie. And you guys are going to love this. And just right at the midpoint, the girl's dead, murdered viciously by crows in a cornfield. And then we just move on. Then I put her in the cornfield as one of the scarecrows.
Yes.
Everyone's like, she's gone missing. And they're like, this isn't romantic anymore.
Everyone would be so confused.
That movie took a turn.
Because their mind was so, like, you watch Hallmark movies because you know what's going to happen.
That's true. Yeah, it really, you know what? All right.
Let's write it.
Okay. I know what to do for the rest of the day. Who'd have thought? A couple sips of pumpkin coffee.
Right?
Some Ghostbusters costumes.
Ideas.
And here we are, my friend.
We're doing it.
Oh.
That middle sip feeling.
Mm.
Starbucks.
There was a coffee shop that I lived close to in New York that I would go to because it was like a little hole in the wall place, and they had like the pumpkin syrup, and they would like let me have like all year.
Oh.
They were like, I asked for it enough times that they were like, yeah, but they would like blow dust off it. Like it was like a bottle in the back. And thinking back, I'm like, man, you know what? I wonder if that was poison. Should I have been drinking that?
It's all poison.
Yeah, I guess it's all poison, right?
But also, if you have it year round, that kind of takes out the allure of it.
That's what I was testing. I was testing that theory.
And you never got sick of it.
I didn't get sick of it. But that place did close down. Probably the health department.
They're like, this is not good.
Yeah, they're like, there's like all these weird jars of simple syrups in the back. They're not serving these to anyone. Like, just one guy. Just one.
He seems to be doing fine.
One sweet moron that shows up. And he's like, you guys don't still have a pumpkin by any chance, do you?
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, we do. Do you want it? I'm like, yes. Sign me up. I want all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I bought some pumpkin syrup for the house.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
I bought the Shipyard rim jobs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cinnamon sugar in a little can.
Do they how did it come?
It's like
in
a little tin.
Oh, wow.
So you can put the glass in and turn it.
I need to get that.
Yeah.
Did you get it online?
Yep.
It's the only way to have Shipyard.
Yeah. Gotta have that rim. Trying to find a better way.
There's no way to do it.
I'm trying to find a better way to say that. There was a bar in Boston that I used to go to after shows all the time, and I would always order the Shipyard with a rim job. But that's how they had said it to me.
So you just
So
thought.
I always was like, oh, that's what it's called to get that. And then I'm in there with my friend, and he was like, you gotta stop. It's like a different bartender who was like, oh, I mean, yeah, okay. And I was like, no, that's what they call it. And he's like, it's not what they call it. It's what one bartender said to you one time.
He was fucking with you too.
Yeah, and like you just keep showing up. It's like a bar in Boston where everybody's just drinking Bud Lights, and then like me constantly being like, do you have the pumpkin and a rib job, please? That guy's certainly making fun of me, and then I forever have been calling it that.
Yep. When I was in, my nose is so stuffy. I got allergies for the first time in my life.
I have them right now too.
And it's
That's why I'm covered in makeup. My face is so puffy right now.
It feels like you're like sick for a month straight.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
What an incredible way to tell me you have COVID.
no.
Isn't that suck that that's always the case now? That that's just how you feel anytime somebody like
Yeah, no.
I was like, I have allergies right now, and I'm always like, you son of a bitch.
No, this is like week 3. I lost my voice 2 weeks
my sense of taste, smell, really weird. Crazy allergies.
Allergies have gotten so much worse
allergies
these
are
days.
so strange.
So
Like-
you have a baby, right?
Yeah, you have a baby, right? You love blowing little kisses in its face.
No, it's actually I wanted to push it back. My voice was taking a while to come back.
Oh.
And I-
Today? Like you wanted to push it back?
No. We pushed it back
okay,
to
okay.
today from last week.
I just really like the idea that we pushed it like a half hour. And you're like, my voice needs 30 more minutes, and then I should be, you know yourself that well.
Oh
30
my
more minutes,
God.
and I will be good to go, Matt. Don't worry about it.
Trust me, I'm a professional.
I mean, yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah. Anybody that has a sign that lights up, that's a professional person.
I mean, I had the $10 to spend on Amazon, and I said, you know what? I am gonna do it.
Yeah. Have you been to any haunted houses this year? Have you done anything?
I have done nothing.
Yeah. It's tough. It's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
That is where I've become very jaded this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it can't be this much. It has to be, like, the Express Pass has to be so expensive that not everyone will do it.
Yes.
Because otherwise it won't be Express. But it just has to be much more than the other. Like, they raised the original ticket, so now that's expensive. So then the other thing has to be astronomical. Like, just come on.
You keep the regular one the same.
Yeah, keep the regular one, like, super reasonable, so that way when you're in line, you're just like, well.
Yeah. And really the only way to do Universal is if you have the Express Pass.
Yeah. Otherwise, when I went on Friday.
Friday was good. Saturday?
Yeah, Friday. Well, I did Hayride Thursday, Horror Nights Friday, and Knott's last night.
Oh
Saturday.
my God.
So, yes, I have been making the rounds. Listen, it's Shocktober. We're getting towards the end of it, all right? There's like not a ton of time. Okay?
It really,
This
it's gonna
goes
be
by-
over.
Yeah, this goes by fast.
It does.
So I gotta like get it out while I can. I also have like my Halloween shows next week, so I don't have a ton of time to like mess around.
You don't.
But so I just when I got there, I got like early access. You can like pay like $10 to get into Universal early, and they opened Horror Nights with a 3-hour wait for Stranger Things maze.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, how long is the wait right now? And they're like, we open with a 3-hour wait, and I was like, what do you mean
How does that work?
How does that work? Aren't I here first?
Where's everyone?
What are you talking
Where's the
about?
3 hours of people?
Yeah, I thought I just came in with like certainly a horde of people, but like how many early access? What are you talking about?
So just tons of people are able to sign up ahead of time?
No, they just like get in there. They just, I guess, like pour in, and so many people go to that house first, maybe because the other
Oh.
houses weren't that bad that early. But like, that's crazy.
Damn.
It's also tough because did you ever go to it in like Orlando?
Yeah, of course. It was so fun there.
Yeah, Orlando's so much better.
And you can drink there.
Yeah, you can drink at this one too.
They
but
didn't have
Orlando-
it when I went. You
Yeah,
couldn't
it
drink.
used to be dry.
Oh, wow.
Because there's so many fights, it was like such a nightmare. But they recently were like, we don't care.
Yeah, I didn't want to go. I'm like, I'm not going if I can't drink.
I know. Orlando though, when you're in those lines, it's like, all right, it's a 3-hour like line, but every 30 feet there's a little bar stand, and there'd be
Mhm.
like a sexy zombie nurse with like a syringe of a
This-
Jello
yeah,
shot.
Jello shot
Yeah.
syringes.
And like by the time you got to the house, you'd be like, I'm at a haunted house. I didn't even know where I was. But like I was like, yeah, Florida knows how to party.
Oh yeah, I went to that one every year.
Yeah.
But this one I went once and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. My friends one year got kicked out, and you've never seen I like washed my hands of knowing these people. Like I sold it so hard. Like one of them brought this girl that none of us knew. And she was a little bit of a nightmare.
Oh no.
And we were in, I'll never forget, it was in a maze that had a thing for the movie The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And it was like the pool room. And she like got on the pool table and then fell and like broke a pool cue. Like,
oh my God.
and they're all like laughing and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I'm like, don't get me thrown out of my most favorite.
Yeah, no.
And like security came and they like cornered everybody and like, who's in this group? And I was like, I was gone. I was nowhere to be found.
That's so funny.
I was nowhere to be found, man. I was not going to be a part of it. And like four of them got kicked out and like weren't allowed to go back for 5 years or something. It was like an actual
Damn.
ban.
So it's good that you ran for
Yeah,
it.
so I was like,
Thank
but
God.
they were like, where's Matt? And like, I was like, I had like become part of a new family. Like the people in front of me, I was like, hello, my name is Matt. And this is going to seem weird, but I'm with you guys. I've always been with you guys. Like, I'll give you money. But like, if anyone asks, I came in the car. What kind of car do we have? Like, I was like working on a backstory.
I
to
just
be
picture like a sweet Mexican family and then
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah. I was like, this is mi hermano. And
Oh my God.
but my friend Tim was with me, and he to this day like still laughs at like he was like, you didn't like you saw trouble coming, and you were already like arm around strangers,
Oh.
like leaving the room. Like I've never seen these people. I've never seen these
Smart.
assholes in my life.
You can't let a random person that you don't even know
Yeah, I was
ruin
like,
this for you.
Not for me, man. I go all the time to this thing. Take this so seriously. I would have been so upset. Don't get me kicked out of Universal or not. Also, if you want to sponsor this, either of those,
Yeah.
please sponsor this. And can I go for free? I'll like write reviews or something. Like,
I
what?
think if
Isn't it-
anyone's going to get.
Don't people do things like that?
Yeah, there's so many jobs where I'm like, who gets those jobs?
Yeah, someone's got to be, because like I'll go. What? I'm already doing that.
Yeah.
What do you need someone to do like little?
Yeah, they have Yelp reviewers who get to go eat for free and do all this stuff for free.
I know. I guess it would make everything work.
That's
So is that-
true. Yeah, I definitely don't want it. I don't want it.
I do want it. For a quick moment, I didn't. For a quick moment, I was like, I don't want to have to do anything. But I'm already doing, like, I already leave and I'm like, I'll tell you which ones were the best houses.
Yeah, you sold me on Knott's. I want to go.
Yeah. Oh, man, Knott's is so good. They have a flume ride.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like a water ride?
Yeah, a little log water ride.
Do they make it haunted?
They do. They call it the Halloween Hootenanny.
Okay.
So it's usually just like banjo playing rednecks.
Kind of like Splash Mountain.
Yeah, but without the racism, I think.
That's my favorite ride. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, yikes. You've been
As a
picketing?
kid, I didn't know.
Yeah, sure. Oh my God, that's huge. Is that flag real? Like-
Oh my God.
God.
You just paint the whole room.
Yeah.
Oh my
man.
God.
You're really mad when the South lost, huh? That's Confederate flag is huge.
This comes back to me 10 years later.
Yeah, oh my God.
And I'm like, there was no flag. Then why did he say it?
All they do is go, they're like, well, let's look into her a tiny bit and see if it's true. And they go, wait a second, Florida, and pissed herself.
Well, you're done.
It all checks out. That all checks out. But no, they add like aliens and like a werewolf in there. They like add a bunch of like
Perfect.
fun. They do. Knott's is so good, everybody. I know that's not the most interesting thing to hear, but I have to tell you, Knott's Scary Farm instead of Berry, they change it. I mean, what a dream, right? Knott's Scary Farm rules.
How far is it from here?
45 minutes.
Not bad.
But I don't know if you've heard about this in LA. There's traffic sometimes. That's one thing. Everybody, there's nothing to talk about from any of my family at home other than that. Like,
Really?
anytime they call, they're just like, yeah. So the weather's good, huh? You know, I'm like, yes, it's fine. We don't have to talk if we don't. if we don't need to. And they're like, yeah, but what about that traffic, huh? And I'm like, I'm not going to do this with you.
Oh, did you grow up like doing like celebrating Halloween a lot? Like, where did your love for Halloween come from? Just movies?
Yes. I recently, so I'm a hoarder.
Hey, the first step is acknowledging
Yes, I understand that I'm a hoarder. I don't throw things out.
it.
And every time my like dad moves, I have to like go to the house where he's trying to throw out
Yep.
a basement full of crap. And I like explain why each trinket is important to me. Like each little piece of paper, I'm like, that can't be thrown out.
It's a
That's
piece
whatever.
of you.
But I recently found a card from when I was in 3rd grade from my grandmother to me, wishing me a happy Halloween.
Okay.
And there's a little note inside that says, like, I heard you went with your aunt to a haunted house and you really liked it. Like, I hope it wasn't too scary. Like, love Grammy. And then in that card that she gave me, she also put a little pamphlet about avoiding hell.
Oh my God.
And I was like, man, what an awesome thing that I'm so glad I didn't get rid of this.
Oh, that's
This
crazy.
Beautiful little card with a little note like, hey, I'm like, I heard you're doing spooky stuff this season. That's so great. Heard your Aunt Janet took you to a haunted house and you loved it. That's so great. Love you. Like, come by soon. And then just this little pamphlet that is literally just, it's so thin. It's like, man, I don't even know if they make these things anymore, but it's like just this little tiny insert that you can like open up, and it's a little booklet on like, hey, are you in danger of going to hell? Like, let's look into it and
Oh.
avoid these steps. And I was like, man, that's so funny that she was like, I'm glad Matthew's having a nice Halloween. I should also probably check in on his soul and make sure he's not damned.
Well, that's what they say. If you love Halloween, you must love the devil, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's a very funny, like, I think I saw it on like Instagram or TikTok or something, but it's like a mom and her daughter fully dressed up for Halloween. And they're like, we are religious and we don't celebrate Halloween. We just like to dress up and have a little fun. And then a guy's response to it just being, that's Halloween.
That is all Halloween is.
Lady, you're doing Halloween. What are you talking about? And I'm like, what a funny thing that she has convinced herself. Like, well, I'm not going to do all that demon loving crap that everybody's up to, but we do like to dress up, have a little candy, walk around the neighborhood. It's like, I think that's Halloween though. I think that's it.
That's the basics.
Yeah.
Is there any, I'm sure I've probably Googled it before, but it's not coming to my mind. Like if you Google Halloween, like what's the origins of it? Do you know? Is there, serious though?
Yeah, it's a Celtic holiday.
Halloween?
Yeah. All Hallows Eve.
That was the most you've laughed this whole time.
I just loved the
origin.
The innocence of, if you Googled Halloween.
I'm like, what
would pop up?
say?
I don't think the origins would pop up for like a while. I think that'd be a couple pages in. I think if you Google Halloween, it'll be like Halloween movie.
Slutty costume.
Yeah, slutty costume. There's so many top line things that people are looking for. I don't think most people are like, I wonder if the ancient Egyptians were celebrating Halloween and what they called it. But no, it's been around for a long, long time. It's when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. Celebrating the harvest and the transition from summer into fall.
Wow.
When things, die and whatnot.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it has rich origins. And I recommend everybody Google Halloween. For a second, I was with my grandmother. Matthew, have you Googled Halloween recently?
Well, it made me think, like, what are these people reading that makes them think it's so hellish?
I think they're just looking around at the world. People in slutty costume, they're just like, why is somebody a slutty nun? Don't do that.
Slutty nun's a hot one, though.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I know. I went to Catholic school, so I kind of get it. I was like, I don't know either. And then I was like, don't lie. Flat out. That you don't understand.
Oh my God.
But like now there's scary nun movies, so now you can be like either a really scary nun or you can also be a sexy scary nun. So there's really some options.
That's true.
For the nun stuff.
I hate the giant horror billboards all around the city.
Oh, too spooky?
They're just so distracting. The nun one just like peeking through.
Yeah.
And now there's, what's the other one? The Exorcist. What's the little
Exorcist
girl?
has the girls, yeah. And they just look all messed up. And
They're
I'm like,
giant billboards.
Yeah. I get it. You would rather have a Kardashian up there.
I'd rather
Look,
have a
that's my
rom-com.
Kardashian, okay?
I've got little devil baby.
Yeah, little devil babies telling me when and where I can get scared. That's what I need, okay? Not every billboard can be just a naked, beautiful person. Sometimes it's a child possessed by the devil. And I want that. What a dream. Please. Please. What are you going to be for Halloween? Is this it? Not in a judgy way. Sorry. Is this it?
Is this all? No.
Is this it? No, I just mean like
I did wear this one year though.
Are you going to go out on Halloween? And if so?
So Halloween Day, I have a show.
Congrats.
In Bellflower, if you guys are around.
Lovely.
And Halloween, I guess we're probably going to celebrate like the Saturday before.
Mm-hmm.
I got a, it's like an 80s fitness instructor outfit.
Very fun.
Easy. I can put my hair up, wear flat shoes.
Yeah. An excuse to work out.
And you're going to work out all night.
Yeah. Just constantly be like, if I just started doing lunges, no one would think anything of it other than commitment.
Yes.
To my costume.
There we go. I actually, last year, I was goth. And I bought this outfit from Dolls Kill. What?
So think about it just that you were just goth.
I was goth.
Not a character, just like, no, I just was goth.
I was goth.
I was, goth.
I almost dressed in that today.
Yeah.
But I wanted to match.
No, I'm so glad. I mean, look at us.
I think it's great.
We're crushing it.
And I'm Egon, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, because you have glasses on.
Okay.
I'm Ray, because I have my glasses, which are the night vision. Ray Stantz, the heart of the Ghostbusters. I got in my elevator in my building, which is, I'm new to this building, and they've already seen me do a couple weird things, all of which have involved costumes. So I think no one seems hostile to me, but they're definitely like, what's up with that guy? But I got in the elevator with my giant proton pack, and then it didn't go down to the garage, it went up.
Oh no,
And
it grabbed
like,
more people.
Oh no, and it like kept picking up people, and I'm like, it's a tiny little elevator, and I was like trying to move, and a guy said, oh, which one are you? And I was like, oh, cool. And I said, I'm Dr. Ray Stantz, the heart of the Ghostbusters. And I could just tell that little extra long answer was enough for him to go like, I didn't want to get into whatever.
Did he stop talking after that?
He did.
Yep.
He had no follow-ups, which I think is crazy.
He was trying to be nice, and then you scared him.
Yep. And then we picked up a nice older woman, and I told her that I was sorry that I had an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on my back. That it was untested, and I blame myself. She was like, I don't know.
Me no think.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I don't know, and shrugging your shoulders might be the only response I want from strangers all the time. It's just to see me come in and just go, I don't know.
She's white and pretending to be
no habla. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, interesting. I also do Duolingo. What streak are you at?
I made it to streak 100, and then I lost it, and I was so mad I lost it. I haven't picked up the app since.
I woke up today furious because I forgot because I was all excited. I was at Knott's. Oh, Scary Farm.
Yeah.
But I missed yesterday. But I had a streak freeze. Like
oh, yes.
So it saves.
That's good.
I woke up today. I was like very upset. I probably would have had to cancel.
Yeah, I was done.
I was so sad, and I was like, I can't believe it. And I opened the thing, and I was like, no, I definitely did it. I think I at least did the match game for a little bit. Didn't I do the match game for like a tiny bit? I must have. And then it was like, there's a streak freeze, so you're still I'm at 164 days.
That's good.
But if I
really
lost
good.
it, I would have never done it again. For sure. I would have stopped learning.
The streak either makes you learn Spanish or never want to hear Spanish again.
But I'm so mad because I've done it at the movies where I've like realized in the movie, like, oh my God. I'm like sitting at Expendables 4, the only one at Expendables 4, mind you. And I'm like, I don't think anybody will mind if I quickly learn Spanish.
Yep.
I should probably learn a little something while I watch this garbage. But I've done it. I did it at Horror Nights when I was in line because I was like, oh my God.
You just have.
It's like late in the day.
You have to
do
it.
Out of my mind here?
You have to do it first thing in the morning.
I know. That's what I normally do. I think it's a mistake. I wonder if people call and like ask for it to be like. I wonder if they just beg.
I wish I would have known. I was out. It sounded like
Yeah, that. Yeah, those allergies.
Oh my God, it's so bad. No, it's great. I was out with Jessica Michelle Singleton, and her name is not when you say that. Jessica Singleton.
Oh, those weren't all. That wasn't.
It's the same person. She goes by Jessica
I
Michelle
thought it was a wonderful
Singleton.
group of people.
It is three lovely ladies.
3 lovely ladies, and that's how we refer to her.
We are one.
Always
We are
say the names, no
one.
commas. We just say them all.
Sam. And she was like, "Oh shit, I got to do my streak." And I'm like, "So I'm not alone in this. Now her and you."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
someone listening must.
And maybe now we're sponsored by I'm a part of this now.
Yes.
We're sponsored by Duolingo.
Duo,
you little owl. Are you into this? Yeah, come on. Hoo.
That would be a fun sponsor.
That'd be a great sponsor. Oh my God, yeah.
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 They won't, but
No. Well, they could someday.
someday.
You keep up.
Thank you.
This is nice.
I'm still sad that the first episode we didn't get posted.
Yes, I was gonna ask. What the hell?
It's quite the mess. And I've edited it twice throughout the whole thing.
Have I seen footage? Am I like losing
I
my
need
mind?
to send it to
I thought
you.
I saw some footage.
I sent you clips.
Is that the one with me and Matt Dan?
Yeah.
'Cause
It
the
was
one that's just me and you was fine.
Yeah. The one, it was me, Matt Dan, and it was the second episode I ever filmed. And it was so late at night, and we were drinking. I had no clue what I was doing audio-wise. And I edited it. I keep saying edited with an extra syllable. I edited it.
Edited.
I edited it
Yeah. Okay.
for 9 hours.
Oh.
Because I was also learning to edit.
Yes.
Crying, laughing the whole time.
Yep.
And I was so excited to post it. And then I went back to look at it. I'm like, this audio, it's just a complete mess. I think it's like mostly camera audio because I couldn't figure out
the
the
mic's
Zoom.
not.
I don't think the mic's batteries were on.
So you were just laughing at bad audio? It was that funny?
Yeah.
You know what? Send me clips or something.
Okay.
Because I thought, man, I could have sworn. I was like, did that ever come out?
No.
I was like,
There
oh.
was 3 episodes that got canned.
But a learning experience.
Definitely a learning experience and so much fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't have regretted. That's one thing about doing any of this stuff is that I don't care about the end result. Like I'm like glad that it like becomes something else, but I'd also happily sit with you and talk about haunted houses.
Do you first like stand up? Do you ever talk about how much you love Halloween, or is that weird to like bring up?
I do sometimes. I had found that I have to be careful. Like it's like that weird line of like an actual interest and it being not super compelling.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like the angle of like there's something wrong with me and here's a thing I did.
Exactly.
So like taking a first date I think to like a haunted house is probably like would work.
I think that one is really funny.
Whereas like there's other things where I'm like, or I've done the describe that blackout house where I was like touched and stuff. Like I've done that. But like even that you can see the audience start to go like, we're pretty concerned for you.
Yeah, I think the first date one's a little more lighthearted.
Yeah. And I'm like, isn't this funny that I signed up for this thing and this happened to me? And you can see like some people are like, yeah, and other people are like, I don't know that it is. And if you need to talk to somebody, you should, because I don't think this isn't the right space.
Yeah, it's weird when you say something that you thought was funny and they're looking at you like it's a therapy session.
Yeah. So I do so many sketches that are like horror based, but I have yet to really crack like what on stage do you really just want to like how long should I talk about monsters for?
Yeah, maybe it's better for sketches.
Like, I can't tell. And there's so many better people who have like talked about that stuff, so like everything feels like sort of taken
I wouldn't say that.
in that regard. I guess that's true. Only I would know that.
Wait, who's talked about?
Can you imagine I said that with a straight face and you called me on it so hard. I'm like, you know how almost every stand-up has a long set on monsters? You know, all the monster sets. Seinfeld's so well known for all of the monster stuff he talks about.
Jim, I keep sounding like I sound like a monster.
Speaking of.
I know, it's perfect for this episode.
Do you have a favorite monster?
No.
I'm going to tell you right now mine.
Who
I'm so excited
is your favorite monster?
I've been thinking about this a lot lately.
Wow.
And I've come to the conclusion that it is the Headless Horseman.
Ooh, tell
Because
me
one,
why.
other people, that's not one that they think of normally.
No,
But I'm
but
going to go Headless Horseman because Headless Horseman has so many skills.
uh-huh.
He's riding a horse. He's good in combat. He has no head, though. So he's doing all that without a head.
That's very impressive.
Then on top of it, he's getting a jack-o'-lantern,
uh-huh.
carving it to a spooky, scary jack-o'-lantern face.
Mm-hmm.
He's like lighting fire inside of it. And this guy is so mad. Like most of the monsters are like misunderstood. So it's like Frankenstein's like he's like stop torturing him. Like we're the monsters in the Frankenstein story. Headless Horseman though is so mad that he'll make himself a little makeshift jack-o'-lantern head and fucking throw it at you.
Which took so long to make.
And that's his head.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a head. He made that. And he'll run you down on his horse and chuck that thing at you. And I think this guy's he's so mad.
He's got passion.
Yeah, he's really into it. He's so Halloween-y.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I like that. That's what I want.
That's good.
Yeah, that's my monster.
You definitely thought that through.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do you think are going to be the most oversaturated costumes this year?
Barbie and Ken.
For sure, Barbie and Ken.
Barbie and Ken it's going to be tough.
That's going to be it is in the variety of Barbie and Kens.
Yes. I think Ken's going to be the most obnoxious because that is going to be the look at me, I'm interesting guy costume of the like, I'm Knuff. And you're going to be like, listen, I don't. You're the 1,000th person to say that to me today, and I don't care. Cut it out. Barbie and Ken, probably the nun.
The nun will be. It
The
totally
nun
will be.
Like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people won't do that. What is there anything else that people would?
I think there's one more that came out earlier this year.
Killers of the Flower Moon. People are going to be DiCaprio from.
You got it.
Yeah, I finally got it. What else came out this year?
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, people will be Wednesday.
Because that was the beginning of this year.
That's true.
But I wish it was later in the year because then it would have hit harder. But
I think the Tim Burton Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be. Yeah, Wednesday's like pretty popular every year, anyways, right?
Yeah. So now with the show.
Yeah.
Which I loved the show.
Yeah.
It was really
it grew
good.
on me.
It grew on me.
Yeah, it grew on me because I love those movies so much.
Mm.
And so obviously stuff like that comes out and people like, again, know your brand. Like people like check in like, so is it worth it? And I'm like, hold on. I just found out that she has like, I don't know, ESP and I don't know how I feel about it. And then like by episode 5, I was like, I'm pretty good with it.
Yeah.
The
first episode, I was like, this is really like too campy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, I need to see more.
Yeah. It was the parents that would bum me out the most.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason, I was like, I think those movies just had like the best casting ever.
They really
so
did.
it's like, it's very hard to walk into any of those shoes and like do a great job. But also, I think all horror things when it goes to TV and movies now are like, and you're going to go to a school and everyone's going to be a little quirky.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, the thing that makes Wednesday so fun is that like she stands out and they had to make her stand out. But like, it's like, and that table's all aquatic monsters. And this one's all werewolves. And you're like, well, then she's not really.
She's actually the most boring of them all.
Yeah, I was like, what a weird thing to do.
She wears black.
Yeah. You should do Wednesday.
Wednesday would be fun, but I don't want to. I got my costume. I'm worried my costume's going to look too much like Barbie.
Oh, you are? You're going to look like. Well, because that also is a Barbie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's okay. You can be a Barbie.
I don't want to be a Barbie.
I'll probably be a Ken. I'm Ghostbusters Ken. So
I love the Barbies movie though.
Yeah, it was great.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was so great. That opening is unbelievably good.
I want to see it again. I only watched it once.
It was also so fun. I like got dressed up. I was like wearing I was like wearing like a nice pink shirt.
Nice.
Like, button up. I was like not in my usual horror gear, you know. Like and I was like, this is kind of a fun. And there were people in like dresses and gowns and stuff. And I was like, this is fun.
It was fun. I guess I went with a group of girls and we all dressed up. What?
People are gonna be Oppenheimer.
Oh, that's a good one because, oh my God.
Barbenheimer, but people are definitely going to be some combination of the two.
Because they came out the exact same time.
Yeah, so there'll be a combination of the two, and there's going to be so many guys in that hat and like a nice suit.
That's true.
Which honestly, hey, dress nice.
Yeah. For once, goddamn it,
hey,
get a little fancy for us.
What? You're not going to wear a 3-piece suit unless it's Halloween and you're Oppenheimer? A man who helped murder 1 trillion people?
You're gonna have like fake palms. It'll be really great.
Oh, what a dream. What a time. I'm sorry, I cut you up because I thought of Oppenheimer.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I wore pink to Barbie too. Same thing.
The most rude guest of all time, I just out of nowhere had to be like, also Oppenheimer came out. That's also going to be a costume this year. I just thought of that.
I feel like we're forgetting some more, but maybe not.
Are we not tapped into the zeitgeist anymore? That'd be bad.
I don't know.
Can't do stand-up and not be tapped into the zeitgeist.
Ooh. It's because of my allergies.
Oh, no. It's because I got all this. I got all my cold allergies
These
here.
are my allergies.
You hear me? There's something in the back of my throat and I can't get rid of it.
It's stuck in there.
Hey, your lungs are... You got some... something. This poor woman is just like, I need rest and allergy medicine. And I'm like, let me tell you about the headless horse.
No, I want to hear about the headless horse.
Hessian is riding around on a horse. He's got no head. He's got an axe. He'll fight you.
Did you carve a pumpkin yet? Are you going to?
I'm going to, but I haven't yet. I get so concerned that it won't last.
They don't. There's a quick lifespan after the carving.
Yeah. Do you, because I do this actually for a bunch of holidays, not a bunch of holidays, I guess just probably this and Christmas, but like, do you ever get to like the very end of the holiday season, you realize you haven't done certain things that you like wanted to do, so you like try to cram them in? Like I've been like on Halloween night, like carving a pumpkin, like before going to whatever the plan is and being like, we're going to be late. I'm like, well, I got to carve this pumpkin. I haven't carved a pumpkin this year. But it's like, why am I this way?
I've done that before, especially with pumpkins, because like my dad and I would carve them every year.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd never want, after, we wear matching costumes still.
Oh, yep, of course.
And we always try to carve the pumpkins. But after I missed the last 2 years, it's kind of like you're working out and stuff. When you miss a little bit, you're like...
It's like Duolingo.
I lost my pumpkin carving streak.
Yeah, once you break that streak, it's like, am I really gonna get back into this?
Yeah.
Doesn't it take a long time? Isn't it hard? Like whatever.
It's such a mess. They're doing a pumpkin carving thing on my roof.
Here,
so I might
in this
do
building?
that. Yeah,
that's fun. That's the
Yeah.
other thing is like, I want to go to like a pumpkin patch and like.
I know. There's so much more money there though. Trader Joe's are so cheap.
I know. I went to Albertsons.
Yeah, that's really random.
Yeah, and it was like $7.99 for a pumpkin, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get one that I do a traditional jack-o'-lantern face. And I'm going to get another one that I do something a little wacky.
One that I get so creative and the lines are so thin that it just completely breaks
one
and
that you go
ruins
like,
my night.
I can't believe he made an entire Evil Dead pumpkin. That guy has time on his hands. And the other one, just a little traditional jack-o'-lantern.
You could do the Headless Horseman's face.
Yeah, well, okay. That is what I'm going to.
Is it?
Okay, not the Headless. So there's a pumpkin in Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton movie about the Headless Horseman.
Yes.
That is very iconic, at least to me. And I always try to carve like that face.
Like every year you try to do that?
And then I try to like take a picture with that on in the background.
That's sweet.
Yeah. And this might not sound real.
Oh, no.
But if you were to look at my Instagram and just like scroll to different Octobers, I sure have been doing that. There's certainly
they're all posted.
There's certainly evidence. There's certainly 4 likes.
I will give you a 5th like.
Each time I've done that where I'm like, you wouldn't believe what I was up to.
You're like, it did so well on social media last year that this year I have to do it again.
Yes. Yeah. Weirdly, I think I forget that I do it. Where I'm like, I start to carve and I'm just like, you know what this looks like? And then I'm like, I should throw it on. I should throw it on and snap like a quick pic.
And then again and again.
And then I do it. I'm like, oh my God, have I lost my mind?
You start getting really good at it because every year you forget and
there's a couple years that I've put like
it.
blood drips on it.
Oh, wow.
And stuff too. Yeah.
Your own blood?
Yeah, my own blood. Because I am getting all cut up while I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it. Edward's, fuck, I have to pee so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Will you tell them a Halloween story?
Yeah, I'll tell them a Halloween story.
I'll be back.
Okay. Wow. Here's the deal, everybody. Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. Obviously a classic. But you know what classic I like a little bit more? Because first of all these Charlie Brown things, this poor kid, right? Mostly the Christmas one where it's like he's just trying to direct that play. And like, I've directed plays, so I get it, man. No one's treating him with respect. They're not listening to him. He's just trying to do the job. And it's like, why is there an entire holiday special about this poor kid who's bald way before he needs to be, just being treated like crap? But anyways, The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, right? That's a very, very fun story. You'd think, but then like every year when you watch it or read it, because they also do a book version, it's just kind of like, man, nothing pays off in this thing. Like, Linus is in that pumpkin patch. There's the World War I flying ace. Charlie Brown's getting treated like crap. Why are the adults giving him rocks? Like, I get that the kids are mean to him, but like, why are the adults so mean? Why does he have so many holes in a ghost costume? Am I forgetting that there's a shot of him not understanding that everybody has two eyes? Not everybody, I shouldn't say that, but like, you know, typically if you're gonna see a ghost in a sheet, it would be two eyes, but he's got 1,000, and then everybody in the town goes like, oh, great, Charlie Brown. Here's a rock. Who has rocks inside their house? Also, everyone, that means that those families had to get together and all the adults had to be like, you know what? Hey, when that one stupid kid gets here, we're going to give him a rock. But also, with all those rocks, he should have used them to then kill all those kids that were mean to him. And that's a nice ending to me for that story. Thanks.
I can't wait to go back and listen to that.
Yeah. And you're like, oh my God.
I don't listen to it. I just edit and post it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
you're like, oh, that was a mistake. Matt knitted a Confederate flag? Where'd he get the materials?
Oh, they still cancel us for joking about being racist. You can't win.
Oh, no, you can't say anything.
Oh, man.
Isn't it so funny that so many people say you can't say things, but they always say it directly into a microphone?
Oh, yeah. It's like, let me just make sure I post this to the public for everyone to hear.
Yeah, here I am being censored, and you're like, I don't know. I'm watching this from the comfort of my phone, so it doesn't sound like you've been shut off that much.
It's a temptation.
We should really take everybody and put them on horses, send them up into the mountains. You know what I mean? That'd be the real deal.
Everyone?
Not everybody, but like, you know.
You're just sending me up into the...
No, not you.
Okay.
You're a delight.
Were there any other Halloween stories you want to say, or do you think we covered them? I feel like we covered a lot.
I think we covered a lot.
All right.
I will say that my grandmother that gave me that card,
I still can't believe that.
which is very funny. She also would dress up in a scary outfit, put a bowl of candy on her lap, and sit outside with a sign that says "Take one." And anybody that didn't, she would pop up and scare.
What?
And we used to have extra candy because kids would get so scared that they would drop their bag and like run down the street. So I think she was looking out for me, but also she was like, there's some demon in all of us. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, she wasn't so innocent either.
No.
And I thought I made that up. And then my cousin was recently like, remember when Grammy used to? And I was like, oh, cool.
Was she dressed up or was she just old lady jumping out?
She was dressed up. Because that is, I mean, what a bummer thing, right? That old lady is just a costume.
It's a costume. They think it's someone young. It's just an old lady.
I know. I feel so bad because there's so many movies that I'm like, that movie's terrifying. And then I like think back and I'm just like, I guess that was just an old lady.
Just an old lady.
Yeah, it's like all these movies are just like, and then an old lady pops out. You're like, not an old lady. Oh, God. Age on a woman? No, thank you.
Never an old man.
Very rarely.
There's the old
one
man.
Insidious movie where it's an old man. It's like an old sick man. And I remember watching it and being like, oh, I appreciate that they're trying. But an old lady in Victorian garb, you're not going to beat that.
Terrifying. And Insidious, the lead just is like, sees the old guy and just is like, do you want to like go on a date?
Oh, God. That's another Hallmark. I guess the sequel Hallmark movie is just going to be these old ghouls.
Yes. A ghoul.
Oh, my God. It's called Old Ghoul?
And they're old. They're going
old school?
They start off going to school.
Yeah. They go back to college.
Yes.
To learn to be better ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Old ghoul.
Old ghoul.
And they have a frat.
And they go streaking.
Yeah. They go streaking. Mom the meatloaf. People still dress up from that movie.
I mean, it's a classic.
I know, I guess so.
There's that guy in Hollywood Boulevard. Pretty much they're just always in costume. Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always Halloween on Hollywood Boulevard.
Always Halloween.
No matter what part of Hollywood Boulevard you're on.
You got Zach Galifianakis, dude from The Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
He's always there.
Yeah. So that people will take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
What an odd thing to fly to a place,
Mm-hmm.
go to a terrifying street, see someone who's not that person, and take a picture. Because you don't do that on Halloween.
No.
So, like, why in the dead of summer would you come here and then be like, look, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach Galifianakis' character from The Hangover, who's actually just a man demanding that I give him $5.
I was going to say, and you pay for it.
Yeah, you do have to pay for it. I found out the hard way.
They still have the guys selling the CDs.
Oh, yeah. I know. My little brother came to visit and he was handed a CD. And
Oh,
the guy,
no, he took it?
The guy did the signing and I was like, you made eye contact. What are you doing?
No eye contact.
But he was like, what do I do with this? It was so funny. He's much younger, so he's just like looked at it. It was just a foreign object to him. He was like, what would I even do? And then he looked at me and he was like, oh, you probably have something that works for this. And I was like, I certainly do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't throw stuff out, so yeah.
Do you want portable? Do you want it from my car?
Yeah, how do you want it? The trunk of my car has a player. And at one point, it could fit 10 whole discs.
Yeah.
So you could listen to up to 60 songs on the same trip.
Oh, yeah. That was the shit.
What a dream. What a dream.
Well.
Yeah. Happy Shocktober, everybody.
Happy October. I hope you guys have a safe Halloween.
Please have a safe Halloween.
Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, I'd love to plug so many
Plug
things.
away.
I have a short horror film that's been playing in festivals.
Ooh, congrats.
And I'm about to release it to the public because I'm done with the accolades. I've already we won some awards.
Yeah.
You know, I got all the official selections. The poster has a lot of laurels on it.
That's what you need.
I'm feeling pretty good with these laurels. So I'm finally going to release it. But it's called Spirits. And it's about a bar where you can pay a little extra to have a drink with a ghost.
Ooh.
Spooky fun.
Oh, I love the name.
Yeah. So that'll get posted on the happyghostproductions.com, which is my website.
Cool.
And then I have a show at the Alamo Draft House. That's where I do my Halloween show now. That's the new home of the Halloween show. So October 28th, Saturday before Halloween, we have a show, amazing guests. And then there's like a tarot card reader.
Ooh.
And I have a DJ for a dance party afterwards. And there's novelty cocktails named after horror movies and trivia. And there's puppets.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very cool, very fun. October 28th.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. All the links will be below. Make sure to watch his short, share it, all the things.
We'll take a picture of the proton pack that I brought here.
Oh, yeah, we didn't put it in frame. Do you want to show it? This will be the ending credits.
I didn't think of it. Oh, yeah, should I just grab it?
Yeah, let's get it. What are we doing? You dragged it all the way here. You went through the elevator. You did all the things.
I know, and then I never mentioned it.
It is huge. Oh my God. Everyone get ready for this. Whoa. Maybe sit down and then put it on like in front of you.
Okay, yeah.
Then it will get in frame.
Listen, I'm just gonna, okay.
This guy loves Halloween.
Yeah, this is what I was in the elevator with. Which was certainly worth it. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's, listen, I'm not the coolest all the time, but this is like...
This is your time to shine.
This is like pretty much this is it, man. This is like all I've ever wanted was to have this, and now I do. So in the ending credits, you can just watch a man slowly lose his mind. Also, I'm doing a GoFundMe for my child's college. The money went missing, and I don't know where it went.
So weird.
It was so weird. But I don't have it anymore, and I need it.
You should have named your daughter Boo.
That would have been so cute.
Can you change it?
I guess I can. But also, she's already going to be so mad at me. Being surrounded by all this crap all the time.
That's true.
And she's going to rebel and, like, enjoy sports and stuff. And
Boo.
yeah, that's the real boo. That's the real boo for me, my friends. No, thank you. But then she'll come back around. So they rebel and then they come back. So I'm told.
That's what he thinks. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.